Last but definitely not least, we have KZN born poet and writer, Phelelani Makhanya. He's also not a stranger to the Poetry Africa stage, so we're very glad to have him again. Please help me welcome Phelelani Makhanya.
That's my brother right there. When you came, my heart was open like lotus petals. My heart was the Red Sea. You were Moses. Infinitely welcoming, open for you from shore to shore. But instead, you brought and left in my pristine waters contaminated sand grains and dirt that you picked with your sandal heels during your journey when you were lost in the desert. In fact, you brought the entire desert in my blue waters. Now, I cannot tell the sand grains that are natives to my seabed from those that you brought along with your desert. You kept the elevation of my waves with heaps of sand dunes. Now my heart is a clenched fist, flexing tight its finger muscles like a python, trying to suffocate the pain stuck on its palm, hoping to hear a popping sound of pain bones snapping, pain surrendering. When you came, my heart was open like lotus petals. But now it is a stone-cold millipede, rolled into a ball of spiral till the end of time. Good evening, everyone. Ninjani. Sikoda. It feels good to be back. It's been like, it feels like yesterday, but it's been like 7 years now. I was here in 2011. Okay, I call this my literary year, based on my journey with pen and paper. In the few months, I was able to publish my debut collection, and thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much to Mr. Kevin Mkwevo for seeing a flame in a firefly to give this life. But in my journey of pen and paper as well, there is one lady that I would love to mention. I met her a long time ago, but through text and email. We have never met before. She was able to see my work when I submitted my manuscript in one of the publishing houses from the early 2000s up until recent. So she has always been a voice that always reminds me to pick up the pen and write every time. I call her my literary godmother, and for the first time we're meeting tonight in this beautiful night. Yes, and she's here. She's here to watch me perform. Thank you very much, Ilada President. Thank you very much, Ilana President. Thank you, thank you, ma'am. I can't see her, but she's here. Can she stand? Just help me to Ilana. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm just going to read a few here. yellow house. There is a little yellow house at the corner of the street where the jacaranda has painted the paving purple. Every day the house appears with a new face. Its walls look untouched by rain that fell this morning, untouched by muddy feet of nightmares that cling and climb walls like lizards at night. I wonder what that little house is made of. Maybe those curtains are made of concrete. Maybe those doors are not doors but deceiving paintings on solid walls. That yard must be a minefield. The only voice there is a sound of unattended mulberries hitting the damp ground like lazy dew drops from a tree. Okay, I'm going to read this one. Specifically for Ilana, she always says it's a favorite. It's a favorite poem. Okay, this one goes in the woods. One of these days, I'll walk straight into the woods. I will leave my kitchen sink tap running, the kettle boiling water for tea, the pan warming oil for scrambled egg. I will do this so that when I feel tempted to be swallowed by the bush and become one with its bowel, I'll then remember what is left behind, waiting for me to return. Okay, better pay attention to this one. It's very short. Yeah? Very short. I will do it once. It's entitled. The title is Freedom. Freedom was on special. I bought it. I lost the receipt. Now it doesn't fit. Okay, back to spoken word now. Okay, the next poem that I'm going to do is a poem actually that looks at what we face on daily basis. It's like contrasting energies, and you end up with a pile, with a rubble where you have to filter and find what defines you, what keeps you going, because someone will tell you that you're not good enough, and someone will tell you, wow, you're great, So you have to filter and find what keeps you flowing above water, what makes you feel special. The title of the poem is The Special Ones. Our shoulders are fortresses of burdens. We tread the fields and hills of this life like oxen, our sweat flowing underneath our skins. We run after our shadows, begging our shadows that have decided to dump us for statues because statues don't move around like us. Statues don't rove like us, searching for hopes and dreams with rendered quilted wings. Statues don't wander like us, searching for fossils of truth on haunted hills. They told us to dump our dumb teeth and coat bears because our dreams will be delivered stillborn. Still today, our story is still pending because we were not taught how to clothe a new skeleton with all shreds of skin. That's why we had to choose. And we chose only the special ones. Through our tiny follicles, we filtered venom from nectar, and we chose only the special ones. We never stopped pulling our voices from the depths of our bowels because we believe that the heavenly dragons will donate their wings to our words so that they will fly to reach the ears of the skies beyond the citadels of forever. We chose only the special ones because we believe that the same vocal cords of a crying mother can also be used for jubilant ululations. We chose only the special ones because we believe that deep inside those sand grains, those desert sand grains, lie the abundance of large vegetation, infinite misty rains, 1,000 Niles and Amazons. We chose only the special ones because we believe that the heavens will never fall as long as small and big birds still fly, suspending the skies with their supple wings. Our palms have run out of mending clay, trying to mend and fix days that crumble each time we put them back in the fire pit to strengthen. We have worn out our muscles, pushing and heaving, trying to make earth spin faster with hope of seeing day and night flickering on and off like a firefly. Now we know that sometimes the best way to mend and fix is to leave things as they are. We chose only the special ones because we believe that poetry will voluntarily carry this baggage home for us. We picked carcasses that we should have left there to decay. We picked coals that we should have left there to melt into ashes. We have accumulated disintegrating cardboards, held together by leather strings, noted plastic bags, bulging with shapeless things. We had believed that poetry will carry this luggage home for us. But oh, old pure poetry, her limbs are numb. Her shoulders are dislocated. We chose only the special ones because we believe that maybe now is the time that we derail from what they think of us, from what they say about us, and finally decide our crossroads. We chose only the special ones because we believe in the itching journey on our heels, the sandstorm of dust on our corneas, the dust of red pathways on our cracked lips. It is the belief that we can log the twilight and the horizon in one oyster shell. We can invite the sunrise and the sunset into one ceremony because the equator is woven with our umbilical cords. It is the belief that you can bring the citadels flat onto the ground and let our heels become our eternal weapons that will carry us to the seams of the universe. We chose only the special ones because we believe in distant worlds. We believe in distant worlds where bees construct their honeycombs on ocean floors, where butterflies marry stars. We believe in distant worlds where women wear comets for earrings. We believe in distant worlds where eyes of men incubate the next Big Bang. We believe in distant worlds where palm prints of elders are Voynich manuscripts, where a pen is an obelisk and a page is the sky. We believe in distant worlds where commoners rearrange constellations, shuffling stars like chess pieces. We believe in distant worlds where terracotta figurines roll planets like marble balls as oceans become skies and skies become oceans, where small boys and girls fish birds and fly fishes like kites. We believe in distant worlds because we know that we are traveling at the speed of light and gravity is our seat belt. We believe in distant worlds where sweet dreams intercept nightmares before they reach our bedroom doors. We believe in distant worlds. We chose only the special ones because we believe in distant worlds where time continues to document her legacy like rivers engraving silt on rocks. We chose only the special ones because we believe that we can choose. Okay, my last piece. Okay, I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I'm a performer. But I think what describes me perfectly, I'm a father to a daughter. Her name is Mvelo. Oh, she turned 13 2 weeks back. And as a result, I've started taking advanced yoga classes. I need to breathe. So, but on a serious note, I will say if you're a father, a mother, or a grandfather, grandmother, or a teacher to a girl child, let us love the girl child. Let us pamper her with all the love that we have. If we have to transform that love and turn it into some lotion like Calaman, let us just make it white with love. Let us fill her life's backpack with bars of love, loads and loads of love bars. You know, I want to see a girl child walking like this, bending, because her life's backpack is filled with love bars. Because looking at what is happening in our society today, that might be the only genuine love she'll ever get to experience as a woman. There will be time where she will need to sit down as a growing woman and pull out one of those love bars that will remind her that she's appreciated, she is loved, she has a space in this universe. In saying so, it gives me pleasure to perform a poem that is dedicated to my daughter, Umvelo. I'll also love to say, in the process of writing this poem, there was always time whereby, we feel like, no, man, it's not read. It's still brewing, take a pen and a paper and like, maybe next week I can write it. I don't want to spoil it early. But now you sit down and realize, look what is happening in society, and then you say, by the time I think I'm ready to write a poem dedicated to my daughter, I'll be writing a poem to a missing daughter or to a corpse. So that's the reality. So I would love to say, I also dedicate this poem to every girl child out there, and especially those that don't have actually the presence of their fathers in their lives, and to experience the fatherly love that I think every young girl needs. And I would love to say that through this poem, I am also their father. Velo, I didn't know what will be the perfect time to write a poem that is dedicated to you. At first, I thought of midday when the sun was bright and setting on that sky swing, so that each line will guard the concoction of that magical light and solar pulses and that magical warmth. So that its stanza will suck vitamin D on that sky nipple and transform this poem into an oozing liquid inferno. But I decided to write this poem neither at daylight. But also, I thought about writing it at midnight when stars were engaged in a mission trying to smuggle hope and order through the tiny fingers of drifting night clouds, with hope that it is their constellations that will forge order and pattern into this poem. But when I was about to summon my pen, the faith I have for poetry melted like an ice block in a furnace, because I didn't think that this poem would have arms strong enough to actually lift the megalith of the love I have for you. That's when I thought of choreographing a beautiful dance piece. Because words cannot capture the way my body transforms into motion each time you call me Baba. My joints become supple. My body flexes like Japan bamboo. This heart becomes a djembe drum, shooting rhythms to every skin cell that boxes the soul of mine, the greatest dance piece ever performed. But well, I also developed doubts for dance. I didn't trust choreography, like I didn't trust poetry. Because words and dance cannot capture the billion colors that explode in your eyes each time you look at me speaking without saying a word. That is when I thought of maybe painting a beautiful, dazzling, fine art piece. A fine art piece that will force Da Vinci to rise from his grave and upgrade the Mona Lisa. And maybe that painting that painting will require a canvas the size of an ocean. The ocean. Maybe the story is about the ocean. The way the ocean protects the coastline like a razor-sharp barbed wire. The way the ocean is so jealous and protective of its shipwrecks. With each and every passing minute, the ocean summons the waves back to the beach to check if the shore sands are still okay, because the ocean knows that terrible things can happen in a second. Daughters vanish in a second. The ocean knows that even a beach warning flag can transform into a Nicholas Nino in a nanosecond. Velo, my nana, as long as I still breathe, that is how I want to protect you. But I also developed doubts for fine art. I didn't trust painting like I didn't trust poetry and choreography. Because those cannot capture the melody that propels your voice each time you tell me stories about your school days and ice cream and ice block and chips and friends and confusing beautiful teachers. That is when I thought of maybe composing a beautiful song, a massive song that will erect a home for every music instrument that exists in this world. A music piece that will require every orchestra in the world to carry its infinite passion. Because your laughter explodes with symphony. Explodes with symphony that expands into a staccato. Even each time you say good night, dead, and hug me like a nimbus embracing the blue skies, there's always an embrace of black and white ivory keys detonating a crescendo. Opening vaults in the skies, letting heavens fall like monsoon rains. But Mvelo, I sat down and I decided to write you a poem. I decided to write you a poem because I'm not a choreographer. I'm not a song composer. I'm not a painter. I decided to write you a poem because I am your father. You are my daughter, and me, I'm just a lousy poet. I decided to write you a poem because I believe that if a poem is about you, that poem is words, that poem is masterpiece painting, that poem is a bone-flexing dance piece, that poem is melody, that poem is song, that poem is the greatest music piece ever composed, that a poem is rendezvous where ocean fossils and stardust meet to exchange jewels of height and depth, because the love I have for you stretches beyond the dead ends of height and depth. That poem is a willow tree shade where earth and heaven sit under to exchange jewels of hope and promise, because you are my hope and I am your promise. I promise you that even in these harsh times that suffocate everything that breathes, I will gasp even harder for breath, because this nose is no longer a nose now. This nose is a bridge where the air from beyond forever crosses over straight into your lungs without a struggle. I promise that I will use... Hello? Okay. I promise that I will use every liquid drop of my liquid soul till I am left hollow inside, to dilute the thickness of your days, just to see you devour this juice of life with ease. But Velo, I may not be there with you. I may not be there with you when your new world breaks through the garment of dawn. Your new world will come with force and grandeur, like a whale splashing still sea waters, like a thunderbolt whipping the valley. But don't fear it. Gulp it instead. Gulp it like you gulp KFC ice cream. Be a woman. Be Leto, be Athena, be Demeter, be Nandi, be Nomkubulwane, be Mojaji, be Amina, be Nzinga, be Malala, be Aphrodite. Be a woman. Be a woman that will speak in a voice that will put volcanoes to sleep. When your heels touch the ground, make equestrian horses insecure. Velo, I decided to write you a poem because I am your father. You are my daughter and me. I'm just a lousy poet. Take this poem, fossilize it in your heart's rock. Because this poem is the whole of me. In confusing times and dry season, crack that rock open. Ask God to give you its skin, clothe it, talk to it till it talks back to you. That is when it will remind you that you are heaven's teardrop that was made to dampen deserts, even the desert that exists in you. Talk to it till it talks back to you. That is when it will remind you that the only time your man will clench and raise his fist in your presence, he will be celebrating that he has a queen in his life. Talk to it till it talks back to you. That is when it will remind you that the only time your man will raise his voice in your presence, it will be an exaltation that he has a rock by his side. Because your face is a soft, delicate pillow where the aurora and the Milky Way rest. It is not a playground for coward, broken, insecure little men. So long, keep on playing on the sand. Keep on smiling. Remove lettuce and cucumber in the sandwiches when I'm not looking. Be my family. Be my daughter. And always remember, Daddy loves you.